Hello everybody and welcome to Mark Goldbridge, That's Football. Chelsea 1, Tottenham 0, and I tell you what, I'm going to talk about Chelsea. Very, very good win for Chelsea. Another win for Tuchel. They're unbeaten since he's come in, 7 points from 3. I don't think you've conceded a goal either. So, look, we'll talk about Chelsea in a moment. We've got to start off with Spurs. I mean, that's their second loss in a week. Brighton at the start of the week and then losing today. No goals scored in either game. They struggle without Harry Kane, but I tell you what, that's not good enough an excuse. I would say to Spurs fans, look, I love Jose Mourinho. I think he's a box office manager. I'd love to sit and have a pint with him and have a chat with him. I think when you watch that All or Nothing, you just want to like him. You know, you do just want to like him, but I don't like his football. And look, I'm no Spurs fan, but I see an issue there, and I saw this issue with Man United and Chelsea at the end, and I don't know whether it's the end at Spurs. I'm not saying that's it, but I would say, where's it? The trouble with Jose, when things start to go wrong, he goes even more defensive. And Spurs at the start of the season, up until Christmas, I saw Spurs play a lot of games like West Ham, and there was a few others as well, where Newcastle, where they should have won the game. Crystal Palace, they were in winning positions, they should have won the game, and they let late goals in. And they lost a lot of points. A lot of 3 points became 1 point because they were losing winning leads. The problem now is you ain't scoring and you're losing games anyway. You're not drawing, you're losing. Spurs have lost a lot of points this season, but they're actually deserving to lose points now. Whereas the first half of the season, they were losing a lot of points from winning positions that they shouldn't have been losing. They're too defensive. The problem before Christmas was that they would get in front and then park the bus. Now they're parking the bus for the whole game. This is an issue for Spurs because I've been watching Spurs for a long time. I mentioned it in the watch-along. I remember Waddle and Hoddle and Clive Allen. It's the first FA Cup final I remember watching in its entirety. I was a young boy then. And I just remember the FA Cup final. And they lost to Coventry, obviously. And then you've got Gaza, Gary Lineker, Klinsmann, Ginola, Bale. You know, all these players. And Spurs have always played a proper... You know, they don't win trophies, but they've got a way of playing. They've got a way of playing. And I don't know... In a way, I think it's probably fortunate that there aren't fans in the ground, because I don't think Spurs fans... The only thing that saves Mourinho for me is that you're in a Carabao Cup final in April, and that's something to hang on to. And in Europe, in the Europa League, you just never know. You never know. But they need Harry Kane back, but their brand of football isn't good enough. And tonight is what I'm going to judge it on. That's not good enough. That is not good enough. From minute one, you tried to get a 0-0. When you're 1-0 down, you're still playing defensive. And in the second half, look, Vinicius should score and equalise at the end. He should do. But ultimately, that's a header with 2 minutes to go. There should be more than that. There should be more than that. His substitutions, all right, Moura came on and Lamela came on, but they came on for attacking players. He ultimately still kept the back six, the back four, and the two holding midfielders. There was no impetus to try and go and win that game. And I don't think there was ever a plan to win that game. I mean, I'm not saying Mourinho didn't want to win it, but there wasn't an open plan to go and win it. It was about keeping it tight and hopefully nicking a goal. And that's not what any fan of any clubs want. And I don't think it's what Spurs fans... But look, it's not my place to say what Spurs fans want. I think when you bring Mourinho in, you almost... I was excited when Man United got Jose. When you get Mourinho in, you almost in your head say, look, I'll give up the good playing football to win the trophies. The problem is when you give up the good football and you're nowhere near trophies. Of course, Mourinho's not going to get the sack. I mean, to be honest with you, you should win on Sunday lunchtime. Having said that, are you not? Is it not just a Poundland version of what Spurs are? West Brom with Allardyce, you're just a more expensive Portuguese version with a lot better players. But because the football's not good. It's not good from Spurs. From Chelsea, look, they deserve their bit. Look, I think in relation to Chelsea, Lampard's gone. You know, goodbye Lampard, hello Tuchel. There's no point talking about that anymore. But what I would say is you're getting the bounce. You're getting the bounce that you should have got, because this is what happens when you bring a new manager in. Players who massively underperformed under Lampard for whatever reason lift their game under a new manager, and the reason they do that is because, look, they are a bit mercenary. They do. It's in their interest for a manager to go when it's not going well, and maybe they don't play to their level. New manager comes in. They want to show the world that, look, I'm still a good player. I want to fight for my place under a new manager. This is all new. And Chelsea are benefiting from that, but they're also benefiting from a different way of playing. You know, they're on the ball a lot more. They're defending a lot better. So those two principles are good. More possession, not conceding goals. Of course, Werner still looks like he's lacking confidence. I've got to say I do like Werner, and I think he will come good. He looks like a confidence player to me, and I think Tuchel will give him that confidence. The only thing I would say about Chelsea is you're not scoring enough goals. And and you're not. And look, that chance for Vinicius at the end, he should score it. If he scores that, you've dropped 2 points, because on the balance of the game, you should have won that game. And ultimately, you've only won the game because of a penalty. So Chelsea are not scoring enough goals at the moment, but I don't think Chelsea fans will be complaining. And when you look at the league table, and I do want to have a quick look at that, when you look at the league table, the reality is that Chelsea are now into 6th place. They've got 4 points off 4th. Leicester and West Ham are ahead of them. And you would look at Chelsea and the squad that they've got, and you would say, with 16 games to go, I would think that Chelsea should get more points than West Ham and Leicester. Whether they can close that gap, they're not in a title race. I don't care what anybody says. Man City are 11 points ahead of them, and they've got a game in hand. Chelsea would have to win every single game between now and the end of the season, and Man City would need to lose 4 or 5. I can't see that happening. But they could challenge United for second. I'm not saying that they couldn't do that, but I wouldn't expect them to get near United and City, but they could if Liverpool keep dropping points. Chelsea's aim from here is 4th place. If they can get 3rd or 2nd, yabba dabba do. But Chelsea's aim from here is to get 4th place. And that's why they had to win tonight, because if they'd drawn or they'd lost, that job becomes even harder. Chelsea now, with the squad they've got, with the confidence they've got, with the way they're not conceding goals, if they can start scoring goals, Chelsea could be one of the form teams between now and the end of the season. And if they are, they probably will get top 4. Liverpool, though, if they get going well, you wouldn't expect them to finish above them. Leicester, look, it depends on Leicester with injuries, and we know Leicester have dropped points in the past. And West Ham will want something to say about it, and Everton will as well. But I was impressed with Chelsea today. They were well organised. Vinicius should have scored at the end. It should have been a draw. But in honesty, it's not what Spurs deserved. And I think Spurs fans know that. You know, yeah, they should have got a draw, but is it not papering the cracks of what was a really poor performance and a very, very defensive approach to the game? Not good enough from Spurs. But look, I'm not a Spurs fan. I don't know what Spurs fans think. Get in the comments. Are you happy? No. Would you sack him? Obviously, that's not going to happen. But you do look at the future and you go, well, he's very clearly setting his stall out, and that's not good enough. So either Mourinho's going to change, or it's going to be the long goodbye, isn't it? Thanks everyone for watching. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new. And also, let me just say as well, cards plug. You can get one of these, 25% off, fully customizable. Your name, your picture, your stats. 99 Sancho, 99 Pratt. You can put whatever you want in there. You can get 25% off. Get it for yourself or a gift. Thanks to Cards Plug for that. Fantastic quality item. I've got 3 of them. You can put them on the wall. Links in the video description. Subscribe, smash a like on the video, and of course you can get 25% off with Cards Plug, link in the video description. Thanks for watching, see you later. Boring, absolutely boring. I can't believe it.